Okay, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Foundational Truths. My name is John Lemus.
Director Mula.
Hussein Ambarwal.
Here to here.
Okay, we get together just to make sure that our minds are getting straight on some different principles and precepts as far as trying to see how your life is going to go. The questions that I start with here are just to kind of get you thinking about going into your heart to find the answers. This first one's kind of easy, though. What's the longest time you ever gone without sleep? And why?
For me, it's been, I would say, 2 days straight.
2 days straight. What was you doing?
I was doing a film that was on Netflix, and then I had basically just overbooked myself. And I'm a
Not
person
you.
that once I give my word, I like to stay with my word.
That's cool.
Understandable.
But you
I think it was the time I went to Jersey. I
stayed
went.
up all night.
Yeah, I had to drive there. Watch the. It was a boxing match. I think I told you.
Yeah, boxing. Yeah, the girl.
Told you about that. I just went to support her.
Yeah.
But my body ain't support me.
after a day.
Yeah.
2 days is that's soldier material.
Yeah,
there.
that's definitely.
Yeah. So as long as you ever stayed up?
Like 16 hours.
16 hours, so you didn't make it today. Long as I did, I was at Penn State Barron. I was playing in a pool marathon. So we played 24 hours straight. I just made money for, some charity. And driving back, then I fall asleep, went into this guy's front yard. Luckily, I drove right towards I hit a mailbox and it broke my windshield. So I was going right towards a tree. So I swung away from that, and then I got ramped up and went on the street, and I was like half a mile from my house. So I'm like, oh, I saw my tire going flat. So I drove home, but when I got home, I'm like, man, I really wrecked my car up. And that's actually hit and run when you have property damage or if you injure somebody. So I was walking back to the scene, and there was actually a state cop. It was in Pennsylvania, driving to my house. I guess when I swerved, it caught the back of my bumper, and I left my license plate at the scene. And it just happened to be my dad's best friend. So needless to say, I didn't get in trouble. I had to pay for the
damages.
the damages, but everything. I said sorry to everybody. But so that was the last time I stayed up all night playing pool.
Believe it or not, statistics shows that most people get into accidents 5 minutes, away from their house.
That's because you're 5 minutes away from your house a lot. That's why. Yeah, you're right though.
Maybe you.
Yeah. All right. What is the best conspiracy theory you can think of? Think of all the conspiracy theories you hear of. What's the best one you can think of? Something that doesn't quite add up. Best conspiracy theory.
For me, I would just say like people thinking that. Actually, I'll say two. I think people thinking that like they're being controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is people thinking that all the rich people, the mega rich, are in like this some secret society like the Illuminati type of thing. That to me is just like,
you know what a good conspiracy theory is? When it's actually true, you think it's a conspiracy theory, so they kind of got you, thrown off track because
it could be.
Yeah,
I just
a
think
good one. That's funny.
That
I'm just saying
think
they said so much that you're like, that can't be true.
Yeah.
But it is. Because I'm telling you, when the ultra rich have to do something for some reason, there's some kind of untold rule that they have to tell you about it first. They even said something about before the coronavirus came out, before all this world-changing history stuff comes out. It could be on the Simpsons show. They put it out in media.
Yeah.
They put it out in different things. And they just do it anyways.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
I think the opposite though. I think it's because you want to believe that like this is happening because there's a lot of coincidences that that just happen,
Mm-hmm.
but
It can't all be coincidences.
it can't all be absolutely.
It has to be
But
controlled.
I just don't like those people are different. They give you what they're doing. Everybody people can show you what they're doing without showing you what they're doing. And sometimes like accidentally, like your body just tells tells exactly, even if you're lying, your body gives up the secret that you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
They show you exactly what they're doing. So it's not really that much of a secret. I don't know, I guess.
So what about education? Do you think they actually educate for you to better yourself? Or do they educate to control?
But it's
Control. I mean, you mean realistically, you just learn
Yeah.
how to read, write, and all that extra stuff. And all the rest of this stuff is bullshit on my end. Cause
So you could do all that by yourself, probably,
yeah, realistically,
as you needed it.
But
yeah.
it's a choice though. You choose. Like you choose to take your kid to that specific school.
You think it's a choice. You know it's a law, right?
Yeah, in
Well,
America.
you can homeschool your child.
Yeah.
So it's a choice.
So how do you work in homeschool?
You gotta be
It's not
you
easy.
gotta be out of the system.
Okay.
Got the message.
All right. So this one's going to you, Hertier, since you haven't said anything yet. What do you think people really need to chill out about?
Chill out about.
Yeah. What's something going on that you think everybody needs to just chill out? Any ideas? You're kind of chill, so it's kind of a hard question. Think about it.
I think everybody got to chill out about what others got to say about themselves, about them. I don't know. A lot of people nowadays take advice from social media
Mm-hmm.
and they take that to life, like really to heart.
To heart, yeah.
And like they're like posting paragraphs and paragraphs about how, yeah, I could relate to this and this and that. It's like, cool. What social media gonna do for you after posting that? If anything, somebody probably gonna take that and clown you,
Yeah.
and use that against you.
Turn it around, use it as
So I think
ammunition.
Just chill on that.
Okay.
What everybody else gotta say and just focus on you.
Most of the time, what other people got to say is about them, anyways. You know what I'm saying? They're projecting. Okay. So, what do you think people need to chill out about, Haji? What about working your fingers to the bones? Chill out about that or no?
I
Or
mean,
you want everybody to do that?
no, I just think people need to, and this is including me. People need to like work less and enjoy, this beautiful planet more.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it's life. You didn't come here to just work. You're here to create memories. And for years, I killed myself putting work first instead of creating memories with my family, with myself, and for myself.
That's good to notice. That is good that you noticed that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
All right, this one's for you, Wavy,
What
because
up?
you're about to go there here soon. Why do you think we dream?
Biggie dream.
Why do you think we dream?
I feel like it's something that you want to happen in a way.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
But why? Do you have any idea why?
Why do we think?
Yeah,
It's
why
our
do you think?
it's a part of our imagination, so it's included with thought.
Okay.
So it's thinking in a deeper way.
Mm-hmm.
So
So, what happens when you don't dream?
you don't dream. You're just going off reality, and everything ain't a part of I won't say everything ain't a part of reality, but
Maybe I'm going to answer this question right. Why do you think we dream when we sleep? There's got to be.
why do we
there's
think
a
we
reason.
dream when we sleep?
Anybody know the answer?
That's when I feel like that's when we're most calm and more relaxed.
Absolutely. That's when your senses
Yeah.
are kind of shut down. So do you have anything to add to that? Haji?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you sleep, you dreaming is just like you don't have distractions around you, and that's when you can connect to your source, and your source can send you a message through when you're, calm and relaxed, and you're not thinking about, distractions set by society, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just being able, like, it's just basically like, hey, I got you here for this.
Mhm.
This is what I want you to do,
Mhm.
but it's your free will to
To choose what you do. Yeah.
put those, dreams into action.
Okay.
But this is what I want you to do, and here's how you do it. Here's hints how you do it. Make me proud, my son, my child.
Okay, the one thing you got to understand when we go through life, say you have 24 hours in a day, say 12 hours you're awake and just all these different things are coming at you, all these different stimulations. You're
Right.
going through your ears, your eyes, you smell things. Your brain has to have a time to slow down and try to put meaning to organize, to condense. Otherwise, your storage system up there would just get bogged down. That's why when you don't sleep or you don't dream, a lot of times you just walk around kind of in a fog because your
Yeah.
brain never had a chance to I guess it's
Reload.
called defrag, reload.
Yeah.
Where, you know, it's just like a computer, you know.
Yeah.
Alright.
Delete. The,
Yeah, delete some stuff that don't mean anything, you know, or just put things together that actually have a meaning, you know. So,
I guess, just being able to organize your files.
yeah,
in that
that's
too.
all. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, you have unlimited wishes, but every time you make a wish, what you love most is erased from the world.
Oof.
How many wishes do you make, and what do you wish for? So you have unlimited wishes, but every time you make a wish, what you love most is erased from the world.
Nothing.
You ain't wishing?
No.
I ain't wishing.
We wishing.
You wishing?
Yeah, we wish. I mean, I don't know what I'm.
So bye bye, mom. I don't know what you love the most.
They
but
gonna die.
They going anyway, huh?
So
Okay.
we're gonna enjoy ourselves right now.
All right, because there's the next one's going to get you a little bit. How do you feel about God? Because he's gonna challenge you on why you wished your mama away.
I
How do you feel? What do you feel?
I feel like I mean, in the sense of you, she already lived her life. It's my turn.
I mean,
That ain't right.
I'll keep it real.
That sounds like some traveling woes. All right. How do you feel about God?
I mean,
what do
in
you
what
feel
type of way? I mean, I
Any type of way. How do you feel about him?
feel like he's real. That's how I
Real? Okay.
Yeah. And he control everything at every
You think
moment.
he controls everything?
Yeah, for sure.
You have no
I mean,
clue?
he lets things be, but he have
Okay, that's-
control of everything.
Okay. So he's sovereign, so he understands everything. But
Mhm.
he doesn't control everything.
Understood. I got the
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, how I feel about God, I would say, understanding. I mean, I get love, and that's part of understanding,
Mm-hmm.
because you got to be able to understand to love, something or someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
How you feel about God, bro? What you think? Didn't think about that.
how do you feel about God?
Hold on,
How
hold
I
on.
feel about
Let's
God.
let's.
But I want to hear what he
We
got
go.
to say.
Oh,
One at a time.
you're gonna give me some time.
Oh, yeah. Hold up, hold up.
Mess you up.
So you on right now?
Yeah, you on the mic.
How I feel about God, he's amazing. That's all I can say, really. You know,
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's for someone who's new to to believe in God. It's a very confusing concept if you don't really understand what he's about and the way that he set a path for you already, and that what he wants for you is for you. But a lot of as human beings, we want what we want, not for what he wants. You know what I'm saying?
For sure,
And,
got the
a lot of
message.
people. That's where it's like, but he already gave me free will, so why can't I use it? I know that's how a lot of people think, and that's how I used to think as well. But then I realized this is God. This is our creator. This isn't just another person who's here for 80 years or so and it's gonna die. This is eternity.
Is guessing what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
How I feel. I guess the word unconditional comes to mind. So my love for him is unconditional, just like his is for mine. Basically, the Bible or the Quran shows us how God feels about us, but it also tells us how we're supposed to feel about ourselves. So the idea is, like I said, once you're able to accept that and you're able to accept yourself, then there's not much really that's going to bother you, because you got the big brother on your side.
Yeah, I mean, accepting because you're a part of God, so accepting yourself is
Yeah. You're part of that. So, okay, what is your biggest guilty pleasure? Chocolate chip cookies. This is mine.
some black and blick boobies.
Some black
He said some booze.
That's a shame, but I'm gonna switch that. I'm telling you, I'm saying it on podcast.
Yeah.
I just saw something. You have to plan some things, but we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks. I'm getting kind
My
of.
guilty pleasure.
What's your biggest guilty pleasure? What do you think? And you can't say chocolate chip cookies because I've tried to offer you a million times. You don't take.
I know it's not that.
them. You don't take.
I
them.
know that's not that.
No.
PG-13.
Well, you can explain something without getting too
I
graphic.
just I'm just joking. But my thing is Takis though.
Takis?
Yeah, that's my things. I got them in the car right now.
All I can say is that red stuff on them Takis. I don't know where it comes from, but
It's
that
the same
is more
stuff.
addicting than crack. I'm telling you,
It's that
these
same
kids
stuff they put
love
on
them
that.
Takis.
What do you call it? Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Oh, man, them lines be
Out
tight.
the door every day.
Man,
My Lord drive 20 minutes to get to the Chick-fil-A.
20
Don't go on
minutes,
Sunday.
Yeah, you
They,
can
they
get.
closed.
Yeah. Oh,
they got
the
some Christian
message.
principles.
Yeah. Just for
I'm
now.
gonna wait for Hatir. What's your
What's your guilty
pleasure?
pleasures right there? Do you have any guilty pleasures?
No.
Everybody got something, you know.
Got to have a weakness somewhere.
I got a weakness, but I don't know if it's
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna keep
Did you
it
think-
professional. I like. Yeah, I gotta be honest. So, I love the shape of a woman.
Okay.
And
I like
it's
it.
not like
And we're supposed to.
yeah, and it's not like but
We're
like
supposed
I
to.
enjoy. You know what I'm
Here's,
saying?
here's the thing.
Yeah,
though.
that
Let me
body,
tell you
yeah.
something. I just got a revelation.
Okay,
on
we
it.
listening.
It says,
So we
"Do not commit adultery."
Okay.
Most people say, "Okay, well, I'm not sleeping with no other women."
even looking is
But
adultery.
with our imagination, we spiritually
Yeah.
can go to bed with a woman
yeah,
without even going to bed with a
for
woman.
sure, for
And
sure.
then going deeper than that, there's a new guy I've been listening to. He said, when you do that, you're actually sleeping with the spirit.
The
That is-
devil.
So this, you're having sex with the spirit of lust. When you think about, so I'm like, ooh, man, that gets a little too deep for me.
Yeah, that it's just a thought and it moves
You
on.
think it's a
I don't-
thought, but it's more.
Oh,
You can
okay.
actually have it. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't get that deep. I think
All right.
about it and I move on.
Yeah, I'm like that too. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And
Yeah.
but the thing is, I've never needed to go to like any like strip club or anything like that because it's beyond, But
That's good.
that's just my weakness. Women that look good. That's fine. I'm being honest. I
that's a
can't
good
think of
thing,
anything
yeah.
else. I
Okay,
mean, I do
what-
like okra soup, but that's not. Everybody's talking about food. I want to be realistic.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
okay. Yeah. we can
So
get
what
realistic.
job exists because people are selfish? Any idea? Think about what jobs exist because people are selfish.
Oh, plenty. A lot of things. When
Just
people,
name one.
just say Amazon.
Amazon exists because people are selfish.
Lazy. I'm saying, yeah.
Lazy is different than selfish.
Selfish, same thing. They don't want to wait, so they get an Amazon and it comes
Okay.
in less than 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about me, man.
Yeah.
And now, right?
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of jobs then.
Yeah.
Oh, plenty. Yeah, most of all jobs are like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is job that is there because of people's selfishness?
Yeah, there's plenty.
I guess most jobs will actually fill a void of a value. They offer value to people.
Yeah.
I don't know if that
Nobody
makes them
no
selfish.
job. Only that check. that. Ain't no value, no job.
I mean, what do you think? Like, if you,
I was trying to figure it out myself. What jobs exist because people are selfish?
Could be all.
I'm trying to tell you all of
The
them.
billionaires are
Yeah, all of them.
racking.
That's not a job, being a billionaire.
Nah, but
Nah.
but the jobs of what the companies that they own exist because of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how I'm saying.
hell yeah, same in this way.
I don't. I'm
I don't see him
opposite
being
on this
selfish for
one.
that.
Yeah,
I
because
see him selfish.
I
for that.
see it more like they're adding value.
Yeah.
That's literally what
suppose.
I see. And I also see the other side too. Like,
Yeah, they get like a 20% bonus. What do they need a 20% bonus for?
Because they put their money up for it.
no, we're talking about customers, not
Oh, customers.
not not the
Awesome.
not the like owner of the business. We're
Yeah.
talking about the owner is providing something that the people need, and the people like they are selfish and they need this thing because it's being able to like understand. I need this. I want this. This is like only me like that having that selfish, but the owner is just providing the service that
Yeah,
the
it's
people
just
need.
providing value.
For
So
sure. It could be
Get a job
anything.
done,
Even it could be
people are
Uber
selfish.
Eats, they don't want to cook. They selfish. So they order this food too.
All right, we'll move on. All right. That does have a couple different ideas about that. Okay. Okay. How have your priorities changed over time? Has your priorities changed?
Yeah, for sure.
Give me one example. You don't need a whole story.
Priority, as I told you earlier, I ain't driving no kids home no more.
Okay.
I'm picking them up.
All right. So you're starting to value your time.
Yeah, I got that for that.
For me, it's just family.
Okay. So your family's become more important now then. Okay. That's good. I think one of my priorities that changed over time was becoming more effective with my time as opposed to just being there all the time, just hanging around.
Yeah.
I want to be doing something while I'm hanging around, so it makes it worth me being there.
Like same thing for me, really.
Yeah. Okay.
At least I want to learn or take away something.
Yeah,
while
there's
I'm
got to
there.
be something there for you. Otherwise, why are you wasting your time? You know, I'm not just going there to hang out. All right. So, what impression do you think you give a person when you meet them for the first time?
I respect you.
No, we're talking about you. What impression do you give to that person when you meet them the first time?
Same thing.
You show respect.
It
to
showed respect,
Okay.
Then I respect everybody until they disrespect me. So
Okay.
it's as simple as that.
So, what impression do you think people have over you? when you
Honestly,
meet
I
them
don't
first?
go fuck what people think.
Well, there goes the PG.
Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. I don't care about the impression because I know me.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking at it.
Yeah. That's just me. I don't.
I guess my impression would be approachable, like being
Mhm.
approachable and being able to just, if you have a question or a problem or something, we can talk about it. That's my impression. What about your impression? What do you think you give off, when you meet new people? What do you think they think about you?
That's a good question. No, I'm just,
Just a nice person, I suppose. Quiet.
Okay.
you could ask
Nice and
him next door. What do you think? About
Yeah.
it?
Like the guy that was talking about the snake.
Yeah, that's my neighbor. They just moved there.
Yeah. All right. When was the last time you really pushed yourself to your physical limits? Man, it's
This
been a long
weekend.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
And I had this week was just a lot of long hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
driving, drone work, like more driving, wedding, photo shoot, working with
this weekend. I didn't do anything
nonprofits,
this weekend.
editing, more editing. So it just pushing myself. But I made a new what do you call it? I knew, like I told myself, like
Gotta
I
pact
wanna,
with yourself. Yeah.
I want my product to be so good, my service to be so good
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not just, I don't want to just take people's money. I want people to be like so happy of like what I've created to where like they feel that they need to give me a bonus. You know what I mean? So I want to go above and beyond, and if they don't like the service,
all the stuff I've been listening
Yeah.
to, like, because a lot of people are selling their information now, selling their systems, selling all that stuff. They say if you don't give somebody 10 times the amount of value back for what you sell them, then you're kind of cheating them. So
Yeah,
that's how you price your service.
But I'm saying I want to be able to, like I'm putting in extra hours so like they can what my original price and they can even add into like be like,
Right.
you did so good, here goes extra here and there.
A tip, that's
Yeah.
what it's called. A tip.
Just give them a tip.
Yeah.
All right, what's the one thing that should be taught in school that isn't? Think, wait.
What's it called? One thing that should be taught in school. How to what's it called? Money management. That's
Financial literacy.
yeah.
I think I'm in
can't.
agreement.
Yeah, I'm an grievance on that one because we don't do it. Ooh, it's getting deep. What's the difference between living and existing?
Living. I mean, you just in the present moment. Let me see. I might getting confused. You said living and existing.
Yeah. So are you living or are you existing?
Oh, I'm living.
Okay.
Existing is just living in the present moment, and living is just enjoying.
Experiencing life.
Yeah, experiencing life. You could say.
Okay.
Yeah, I had it the
Living or
opposite.
existing?
Me?
Mm-hmm. It's personal.
Oh, definitely. This one is definitely personal.
I'm just saying it's a personal question because
No,
I can't argue that's how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like I'm the last 2 years I just started to live, but before, like you won't see the thing. Like you will never know like you were just existing
Mm-hmm.
until you pull your, you take your ego
Yeah.
out and like a lot of because, you could be whatever, and then not even know like you're not closer to the source. You're disrespecting people. You get angry real quick. Like those are the things that you just existing because you're letting, the environment or things around you control you.
Yeah, you're reacting. instead of
So
responding.
that's the thing, prioritizing like work instead of yourself family instead of instead of work. So it's just like one of those things that got, like I said, the last 2 years that I feel like I'm actually living, taking vacation time. Basically like planning my days, how much hours I put in something. So like it's not, just being able to control and give my freedom back to me.
Okay. Are you living or existing?
I said
He said in between, huh? You gotta be one or the other, brother.
it
You're either living,
every other day.
vida loca,
I'm probably
or you just showing up for work every day.
I'm probably existing then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The biggest difference between living and existing is taking that future and trying to pull it into the present by planning something. If you're not planning any part of your life, then your life is planning you. So the idea is you have to make, and we're going to talk about this deep. It's going to hurt a little bit, but you got to make big goals, big dreams. That way whether you're living or you're existing. Most people are just existing. All right, we're almost done with the questions. Well, this is a tough one here. What is the point in living if you're going to end up dead anyway?
reproduce.
To reproduce, huh? They make a bunch of people that are going to die anyway.
Well, to be better than you, make people that would be better than you.
You don't have control over them, though. So how would you know if you make them
I'm
die?
just, you gotta make them to know all that.
We're on a different level.
So for people that don't have kids, what is their purpose?
There is there is none. They make dogs.
So basically,
They make dogs.
Yeah, that's I can't answer that one. I can answer it now, but we're on the journey.
Yeah. We all right. We all right. So what's the point in living if you're gonna end up dead anyways?
I mean,
That's
because
a weird way of looking at life.
I mean,
yeah, but continue. You got it.
I think for me, the way I always see it is like God loves you so much, and He wants you to create memories,
Mm-hmm.
and you're brought in this earth to create memories because memories last forever, and this is just like part of just a passage, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just here for a specific time, create your memories, and keep on moving to transform into the next energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're only here to fulfill the purpose that God made for you, and also create memories doing it.
Okay. That's a pretty good answer. You have anything on that one?
I think you got it.
What's the point in living if you're gonna end up dead anyways? Hopefully you don't believe that. There are people that walk around and think that. That's the problem.
I mean, that is true,
But
but at the
there's no
same
purpose
time,
in
that's
life
not
and
how you
no
look
story.
at it, though.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
I want to know, how do you feel?
How do I feel? What's the point in living if you're gonna end up dead anyways? Yeah, I mean, I'm nowhere near that. Yeah, I can't. I wouldn't even say that out of my mouth if I wasn't reading it. Yeah, the idea is you got to have a purpose. I mean, if you don't have a purpose, it's like, then what is the reason? I mean, that's the person you got to watch out for, though.
Yeah.
When it's gonna act erratic and do whatever they want to do and act foolish.
The question is, and this is probably me getting deeper and
Go
trying
ahead.
to challenge my thoughts. And this probably is, and I'm asking a question that probably have a formulation
You
of
already
the
have
answer.
an answer, but go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
So, can there be a person that understand their purpose but don't like their purpose?
That's a good question.
My problem is I don't think if you like God, then you're gonna like your purpose. Like, because you understand, it's like you were made for a time as this, for this purpose. Now, if you choose not to do that, then you just don't like God. Then you don't have a connection with yourself.
But and then, when you actually in your purpose,
Mhm.
everything seems seamlessly, and that's when you're the happiest.
Yeah, it seems easy. Yeah,
Yeah, it
'cause
seems
it's-
easy.
Yeah.
But I'm 100% sure
Mhm.
there's people that have a purpose
Mhm.
is to, educate or elevate other people, but their purpose completely like suck.
You're saying they don't have the information to do all that. I don't understand how you suck at your purpose if your purpose is.
No,
trying
I'm
to
not
educate
saying
someone
they suck at their purpose. I'm saying
else. They don't want to do it.
do it exactly.
So that's probably not their purpose. God's not going to have you doing something that you don't want to do. Honestly.
So the purpose that he wants you to do is more. What do you call it? how you want to live and the purpose that he wants to do is more like
It's in alignment. Yeah, it's in alignment. Yeah, you because you almost choose, what you want to do.
So when do you choose?
When you
your
see that
purpose?
something is coming, to you real simple and real easy, and you're real good at it, and you get, feedback from it, and like I said, that ends up being your purpose. You're not gonna get a purpose that you can't do. God gives you everything you need to do your purpose. So, all right, this last two questions. Do you feel men and women are equal?
Nah.
I got it. Trying to.
Funny.
Nah, that's not it.
I
What's
mean,
your definition of equal?
What's the definition? You're the same.
I'm not saying that they're built the same, not
Nah.
physically. I'm just talking about,
it just
are they equal? Obviously, you can't have one without the other.
I understand, but a man gotta hold it down.
Okay, and what's a female supposed to do when you're holding it down?
What she's supposed to do? Stay quiet. I'm just joking.
Yeah, you might want to hold this
I'm
episode
just-
off for a minute. Yeah, he can just come off his trip to Africa.
the thing is that's how he feels.
It
and-
has
Yeah.
to come out.
it has to be. That's real.
Yeah.
I mean, you have
Hey.
freedom of expression.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you feel.
Okay, do you feel men and women are equal?
Now you got that.
I got my answer already. Yes, they are. She just has different purposes. You know what I mean? She's if used correctly, she is your diamond in the rough. If you do use her wrong,
I mean, obviously,
she is your thorn in your ass.
We all know physically is not
Right? Yeah.
but,
Physically,
you
they're not supposed to.
She's 50-50. When you're in a marriage, she does the things that to make a home to you both elevating each other. So physically, no, but in
Think about it. God made us physically the same.
yeah.
Nah, that ain't gonna
That
work.
ain't
No,
gonna
I'm-
work.
Yeah. So
First,
like,
she ain't gonna procreate. Second of all, we'd be fighting each other all the time.
and there's
We'll
gonna
be
a
dead.
tie all the
We'll be
time.
Be a time.
No, so yeah, I would say like, yeah, physically no, but like, in how do you say in
Like the whole scheme of things, yeah,
Yeah.
to make the whole reality.
yeah,
You think they're
course, that's
equal?
why it's 50-50.
I think they both help each other out in ways that
So they're complementary.
they're complementary.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the perfect word.
Okay.
That's how it's supposed to be.
All right. Last question. What do you think about the current younger generation?
Hey. Hey.
How young we talking?
I'm talking
You
about
just
middle
start-
school kids right now.
Nah.
Yo, they're crazy.
Everybody think they're influencers.
I think they're being misguided.
Yeah,
very like it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
bad.
Talk to me. What do you mean misguided? Are they supposed to be misguided?
No.
So
This is-
what creates change?
There's less leaders around, or they don't listen to the leaders.
The leaders aren't
The
being
leaders,
what they're supposed to be is the problem.
We got a lot of issues, but we ain't got no
tell
answers.
you. I'm just saying the leaders. A leader can be there, and they just what's it called? Walk away from him because they don't want to hear what he talk about.
But also, it all starts at home. If you,
Well, you can blame the home too. They've been doing that for about 200-300 years.
I can't.
I don't know, man.
That's how I was raised. If I say I'll be the person that how my mom raised me, I'll be a different person. I just stepped up to be myself.
I
You
feel
know,
that.
so-
Yeah, I guess most people don't have, especially at like middle school though. They don't got that type of mindset. Maybe
That's
you're gonna
understandable.
get like maybe 2 or 3 here and there, but like it really.
Yeah, but
like,
you
a young
slowly
mind like
grow
that,
up. Even like the older ones, they still
Do
like.
you guys understand some of the
there.
worst behaviored kids in the school become the most, like, I don't know, most successful people in the world?
Oh,
Why is that?
Tell me. There's a
I
reason.
wasn't.
they don't give a fuck. They do what
I'm
they
saying
want,
when you care and you want to follow along all these rules and you want to
and they
stay
take
in all
that
these
risk.
systems and they take that risk. Like I said, there's a reason for everybody there. So for you to make a blanket, statement that this generation is worse than any other, it's all the same.
I mean, they say that
It's
with
all
every
how we look at it.
generation.
That's
But
understandable.
I'm saying to affect change in a new generation,
Yeah,
they gotta question the old ways.
Then is there really something wrong with the generation? Then no.
you say so. I don't.
No,
I
everybody's
don't
blaming
agree with
COVID.
that.
They're blaming parents. Are blaming this, blaming that. The majority of the kids I sit down and talk to, whether it's one-on-one or whatever, they're the same.
They don't got the drive no more to
I'm
do
saying.
anything.
What adults you know got that drive?
Plenty. I know plenty of.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's good. Then you hang around the right people.
They don't do nothing around here. They just sit in their rooms and be on their phones. How to drive is
But I
that?
feel like that's the society that that's the society that they're around. So, and they will find the thing is, as society progresses, there's gonna be less and less people that are gonna be like, I don't want to spend, tons of 65 years of my what do you call it? What is it?
Of my
45
life of
years of my
working.
life working
For somebody else to make
for somebody else, while like we can have robots do it. That's why you have AI. It's just another way. Every generation has its own like
It
niche,
develops
right?
something. for
So
itself.
like
Now we're talking.
in our generation, we came with the like online stuff, and the generation before that, they had something else. So every generation offers something
I
to.
So what are we getting back to?
the same point.
What was the same point? How
Everybody-
did we start?
How do humans?
Yeah.
Oh, the dirt.
That's how we well, you're right. It was in the garden.
I
But
think-
was Adam in the garden a person that sat there and just worked like crazy and toiled and he didn't?
But
do that?
we're going back to the roots of where like enjoy more life. Because when first started, people like they created this whole system of like you got to work until this and this and you die, whatever. Now events had to happen to break that cycle, right? And COVID is one of those things where like be like, did I just give them 30 years of my life and they don't respect me? They lay me off right away. Like those are the
You
things
died
people are
today,
like,
that got
yeah,
you tomorrow.
people are like,
Somebody's gonna be there
"All right,
tomorrow."
forget it. I'm gonna go start my own company, work the hours that I want to work, and let
the
AI
whole-
or whatever just do whatever.
The whole idea is that we are moving back to
Yeah.
the garden. We're
Absolutely.
moving back to a thinking person as opposed to a doing person.
Yeah,
Some of us are. Some of us are still doing.
man,
a
there's
whole lot.
more people with gardens now than ever.
That's not the garden I'm talking about.
No,
That's
but I'm
okay.
saying like
Yeah,
going
you're right,
back
you're right.
to
No, you're right.
you know,
Yeah.
I
Wrong
don't-
garden, but that's
yeah.
all right. Yeah.
He understands.
All right. So what I'm going to talk about today, and it's a big concept. So you got to keep your head on. I know Wavy's going to have to catch part 2.
I'm here. I'm
All
looking.
right.
He's up here.
I say that the core bottleneck of human beings is actually attention. What does a bottleneck mean?
Like right on the
I'm
Yeah.
saying here's a bottle.
Oh, you see.
So attention comes in through here,
Uh-huh.
and it has to go to this little point to actually come out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the more you are back here, more stuff can come in. So the more you pay attention to stuff, it's gonna get bogged down. Like the more people gets on your internet speed or whatever, it slows it down.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So the idea is how many things you're doing a day is actually slowing your mindset, everything down. So you're not being creative anymore. Now you're just doing, to-do lists.
Doing a task all
Yeah,
day.
doing tasks over and over again. So what we need is actually more higher quality of work and less quantity. Right now, we praise people for, doing 10 different things in a day. We praise people for, creating a company that's $1 billion. Not even knowing that
I
person
praised them. Hey,
killed his life to get there. So you got to believe the statement. 80% of your life represents your past self and your present self, but it does not represent your future self. So the 80-20 rule, remember, it says 20% of what you do gives you about 80% of your results. So you have to think about, say if you're doing, just it don't matter what you're doing. Say you're having sales or something like that. Say you have 8 people doing sales. Or no, it's actually two and 4. So it's like, it's the square root of that, but I'm just trying to think how to explain the 80-20 thing here. What it is 80% of what you do is actually distractions. It's not really what you want to do. So the idea is to take that 20% that's actually working you towards your goal and go deep into that. So I don't want to get too close into the examples of what I was doing. I'll give you an example here with Michelangelo. Okay. He did a statue called the David. Now the Pope asked him, he said, how'd you make this David? Because the David is like, I think a 9 or 10 foot tall statue. He said, all I did was chipped away what wasn't the David. That's what Michelangelo told the Pope. So the idea of what we're doing is building a row around ourselves of so many different things. We're good at this, good at this, good at this, but really that's not who we are. So we got to get to the point where we chip away what's not us to actually reveal, what is us.
How do you know what's not the David? How do you?
So he, in his mind, could see the David before he started chipping away. So what he did was he just removed the marble of what wasn't the David.
So yeah, it makes sense now that people say like God, saw the end before he started creating. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no such thing as
burning
time.
up, Liam.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
it's hot down here. All right, don't worry about it. No, I ain't worried about it. Okay.
I turn it on.
So you can never change things by fighting existing reality. To change something, you got to build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. So we've talked about education. You
The
can't
heat is
fight
on.
the educational model by trying to fix it. Okay, it's broke. Well, it's not broke. It was just meant for something different. Right now, it's not meant, to try and, produce creativity, try to, make the person think real hard and, kind of advance themselves.
I'll be
they-
cold in a minute.
Oh, that's all right. It feels good already. Just moving that air feels good. All right. So what I want you guys to get your mind around is something called a stretch goal or an impossible goal. So the book is actually called 10x is easier
Grant
than
Cardone.
2x. Well, Grant Cardone does a 10x thing, but Grant Cardone is more like you grind. Like say if you want a 2x, you're just going to do double the work. So if you work 40 hours, now you're working 80 hours.
Nah, that ain't gonna work.
If you want 3 hours and there's 3x, you're going to go 24. Now you're working 60 hours a week. This guy is telling you that to get to a 10x value of something, you're going to have to stop 80% of what you're doing
Yeah, I only do
and
20.
go deep into that 20% of what is actually giving you value to what you're moving towards. Okay, so an impossible goal is a goal with an objective probability of attainment that may not, or that may be unknown, but is seemingly impossible given your current capabilities, practices, skills, and knowledge. The stretch goal involves extreme redefining of what an organization or person is capable of being and achieving, that they can capture, shift, and refocus their attention, where performance expectations are elevated and beyond the limits of past experiences, where previous successful frameworks are questioned, revised, and discarded. So prior experience is often a poor guide for stretch goal achievement. The whole idea is where your attention goes, where your attention goes, your intention follows. So whatever you focus on, you're going to see more of.
Of course.
So say you're on social media 2 hours a day. You're going to see more of that in your mind every day. Like I said, it just creeps in to the point where you're not really being effective at what you're doing.
You see chocolate chip cookies, that's what you're gonna see.
That's what you see. But see, when you got money like me, you can go get them from anywhere. That's the problem.
Yeah.
When I was broke, it didn't
You
matter.
ain't see no.
I didn't see them like that. All right. So your frames create focus. All right. Like say the frame on a painting, it actually makes you focus in on what's on that
Yeah,
painting.
that little area.
Yeah. So your stretch or impossible goals actually shatter assumptions, basically meaning like what you are actually capable of, you have no idea. We're supposed to be like God. We're made in God's
We're not
image.
supposed to be.
Yeah, we are
Man.
like God. Yeah, that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. But God does not eat chocolate chip cookies and and raise dogs and be a phys ed teacher. That's not what he does.
No, but
I'm saying if you did it like him, he can do anything. But if you did it like him doing it, that's different.
is it because that you don't have the discipline?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So that's the only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to get. So not only on what you can be, but on how to do things. So most people are optimizing things that should not even exist. That's what Elon Musk said. He said what they do is they take the existing model and they try and make it better, make it more efficient, try and make 4 people try to do it at the same time. He said if it's not an impossible goal or it's not a stretch idea, they shouldn't even be trying to optimize that. You know what I mean? It's like you got to, like, an example of his goal would be, I'm going to Mars. It's like, what the heck? It's like, how you go to Mars? We can't even go to the moon as far as I'm concerned. But with him thinking that and him dropping off the 80%, so I'm sure he doesn't get on social media hardly that much. He probably has people doing that. He probably doesn't do all the distractions that we do. So his mind is focused on what
How
his
to get
goals
to the
are.
moon?
Yeah,
How to go to Mars? Sorry.
yeah. So your impossible goals reallocate your attention to finding new and better ways of accomplishing things. Okay, they create an intentional identity crisis because you set yourself up saying, I know I can't do this with my existing skills, mindset, and tool set. Forces you to find new ways of doing things. Okay, most people are trying to optimize around their existing system rather than allowing a new future to disrupt their present. So you're more loyal actually to your present than the future because it makes you comfortable. Like right now, I think all four of us are pretty comfortable. I know I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Chair is way better than the one you had at your place. That thing was tight on my booty. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable
He was
there at all. I was like, I'm sitting on the edge. I'm like, dang, I gotta lose some weight.
Yo,
Or something.
yeah.
All right, so
I mean, you speaking for yourself. I would say
Absolutely.
I'm definitely uncomfortable, and I like that.
you are comfortable or
I'm
uncomfortable?
comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about right now.
I know, yeah. Are you comfortable, Wavy?
I'm good. Yeah,
You good?
for sure.
You got a phone that turns the air conditioner on. I'm happy as heck about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's easy.
All right. So human beings are actually really brilliant because our ability to reframe and frame the past we're talking about now. Okay, we can reframe and get value from a really painful experience. There's something called Viktor Frankl. He said a prisoner that loses faith in the future actually is doomed in the present. So when there was a
Think about Mandela though.
yeah,
That-
same thing. Yeah, it's but he had his future. He had so much mindset in his future that he could
He could see past the gates.
Yeah, yeah. So you can't. He's like he was freer than the people.
Yeah.
You know that are
was
outside.
free.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if we're not operating from our future, our present loses meaning. So if you're not planning for your future, then there's no reason to be in the present.
Yeah,
you're not doing
But-
So
anything.
you going back to
I'm about to
what's
go.
the purpose of
Yeah,
living
the purpose of being
between-
here if you're gonna die anyways.
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
connect the
yeah,
dots.
Okay, so you must learn how to reframe the past. Then and only then, a new reality will be possible. So think about things that happened in your past. Okay, we've done this already as far as like say your mom passing or whatever. You have to reframe what's in your past. That way it doesn't slow your present and your future down. Because a lot of people look back and say, well, this happened to me, so I hate the world. I don't like men because this one man, dumped me or something like that. When you allow your past to control your present and your present control your future, then there's really no change there. Because you can't change your past because the past lives in your head. That's it. So all right, you must change the paradigm or lens which a person sees through. So you got to get at the root and not pluck at the fruit. Here's something that really caught my eye a little bit. You can whack at the branches for years of attitudes and behaviors with children, but you will not get anywhere unless you remove the root. Nothing will change.
Yeah, because
So
it's
what's
gonna
the
grow
thing
the
that
same.
schools? What's the thing that schools do to try to control behavior?
They
Detention.
get out the room.
Detention. They try and
Yeah.
they try and punish it out of the person or try to put fear into the person, which is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
But I
Go ahead.
talking about the root, like what,
So what
do
is the
schools
root?
do? I'm looking at it more like to be able to control. They contaminate the roots, and that's the
Oh, they contaminate the child for sure.
that
Yeah.
at a very young age.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they're actually feeding the problem. They're not trying to
Training
So
them for society.
for that to change a kid's mind, then you have to. That's when the reprogramming start, right?
So this is how you're going to reprogram it. It's how we're going to reprogram us. If you think about the past, you think about the present and the future. We think about it as linear. Okay, that's the way goofy Isaac Newton used to think about it. The one that the apple fell and he's talking about gravity. Anyway, Isaac Newton thought your past actually drives your present and your present drives your future. That's called linear. That's called two times. That's called like how the world works. Whereas Einstein thought about the past, the present, and the future as relative. He thought, it was all relative.
Later, right?
So all related. So really, there is no past and there really is no future. It's all present.
Yep.
Okay, now this is getting back to where eternity, when we leave this place and go to heaven, or when you go back to eternity, really go back to, that's not really a good word to say about that, but when you re-enter eternity, there will be no past and there will be no future. So Einstein thought about those three things as being coexisting. So the idea is you want to use your present to define what happened in your past, and you need to practice that. So meaning like when you think about something that happened in your past, you have to think of a different meaning in your head of what happened in the past to make it an asset to actually help you get, say, I had to go through that to be stronger. So now in the present, that can't bother me
Yeah,
anymore.
no, for sure.
Yeah. So we have that ability in our imagination to go back from the present to the past, redefine it. That way we can liberate our present, from our past. That's the idea.
I mean, you're supposed to, everything happens for a reason. You're supposed to take that, past, learn from it, and make the necessary changes, for the present and the future.
Okay. So the future itself, you're supposed to take it and have a big goal. That way it kind of interrupts your present, makes you uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
That's why
what
you're
I'm
supposed to be
saying.
making that big goal.
I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys are comfortable.
So your future you, that's because the air is filled.
Yeah, that-
And the air is blowing. We're good.
I'm living right now.
Yeah. So this new dude I've been watching, his name is David Bayer. He said desire plus non-resistance equals desired outcome. So if you're looking for a certain desired outcome, you have a desire for it, but how you get there is just by dropping the resistance to it. Not
what do you mean by
hustling,
resistance?
grinding, not, I need the new person, I need the new technology, I need the new. All you got to do is drop the resistance. And he does 4 resistances. One is limiting beliefs, one's resentments, one's core programs, and one is not feeling like you're enough. Those are the 4 things you got to kind of work on with kids. And the way you work on that is trying to explain to them what their identity is. If you feel that you are a child of God,
Read them again.
the four of them is limiting beliefs.
What?
That's
Unlimited?
like limiting.
Limiting.
Beliefs. So that's like money's not
Yeah.
growing on trees. There's not enough money to go around. It's those type of beliefs that you have about money slow you down. Relationships, men ain't shit.
Yeah,
Guys
do that.
don't provide. Like I said, some of the limiting beliefs that they get.
Well,
from
women
their
don't
parents.
provide.
Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to, but anyways,
A little bit.
those limiting
So
beliefs.
drop the
So if you
limited belief.
drop those limiting beliefs, you go from desire to desired outcome already. So the outcome's already there. The only thing that stop you from getting to that outcome is the beliefs. Is actually the resistance. My fault. Is what is stopping you from getting there. So you need to drop that resistance. Those
The
limiting
resistance
beliefs.
is the belief,
Yeah, same thing.
right?
The resistance could be limiting beliefs, could be resentments, could be core program, or it could be not enough. I'm gonna talk about that next week. But
So all those 3 make
those 4
that.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So linear time is when you let your past create your present create your future. Relative time is when you take your present, you define your past, and you take your future and make big enough goals to actually agitate your present. So the past and the future are not realities. They're actually tools to make your present better.
Ain't no
So
question.
you got to think about that. Your past and your
Make
future
it-
are tools to make your present better. All right. If you can think of it that
That's
way.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's hard, believe me, because it took me a while to even get this down on paper. So when you get better at framing your past, then your present is actually liberated. Liberated meaning like it does no longer get dragged down by
By
your
the
past.
past, yeah.
Yeah, the past does not hold you back when you're able to frame
Yeah.
why. But I'm saying that's something you got to do. That's something, if you never do that, then you might grow up, and you might be 50 years old, still mad at the world because something happened to you when you was 10.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
it doesn't make sense to you, but I'm saying it makes
Yeah.
sense to some people. Okay, so you need to start thinking from your future self because what you got here ain't going to get you there. What you've got right now is that 80%
Yeah, for sure.
of what you really don't want for your
Because you got to
future self.
get out your comfort zone.
Yeah, you got to
and go
drop.
see something else.
I don't care if it's your job, because job is jump out of bed, journey of the broke, just to be just over broke.
Simple.
I don't care. Sometimes it's a relationship. You know what I mean? If it's not in that 20% that's shooting you to your future self, you got to drop it.
How do you
How do you tell the difference? We're getting
Yeah.
there. Okay, so what got you here is the 80%, your past and your present self. When you eliminate that and you go deep in that 20%, that'll be working and actually pull your future self into the present. Here's an example. It says 10 times easier in 2x. The idea is your floor is on the bottom here. If you have a small goal, all these different things will get you there. So it'll get you there real easy. But when you make an impossible goal and you raise your floor, so that's your standards, that's like what you're going to say yes and no to. There's only 2 ways to get you to that point right there. That's 10x of whatever you are right now. So like I said, you have to understand, you have to raise your floor to be able to even And to raise your floor means you're not going to say yes to 2 hours of scrolling on, Instagram every day. So when you get rid of all that stuff, you're going to free up some mental bandwidth to think, how can I get to this impossible goal?
Simple as that.
Yeah. When you keep thinking about that impossible goal, you're talking about an impossible goal for you might be that $10 million movie that you're trying to shoot.
The $100
million movie. When
I
you're
like
trying to
that.
shoot. Yeah. I'm saying, but you got to understand with Who Not How and with Gap and Gain and with 10X, you're already there. Okay. You might not like the answer. I mean, it might be to drop everything you're doing and start something different. It's who not how means like, instead of understanding how to do everything, somebody already has done it.
100%.
Yeah. So if you
And
get a
if
hold
they
of
haven't,
that,
you're gonna be the first one.
yeah, if you get a hold of that who, I mean, nobody's went to Mars yet. So he can't find who, on that one, but he can find
first
who,
one.
like how, yeah, he's gonna be the one.
We'll see about that one.
Yeah. So, so the idea of that, let me hear it. Okay, the only way to make your present better is to make your future bigger.
Yeah, for sure.
So understand
You
that.
got to set bigger goals. Then.
Yeah, if you don't set goals and you're not working towards anything, you're allowing your present to dictate your future,
Yeah, then you just
and that's incremental.
just
You're not
living.
gonna, yeah, you're existing.
you existing. Yeah.
You're not living. Okay. All right. So here's some examples of 10x. Going from crawling to walking
Ooh.
is a 10x upgrade.
Hey, no question.
Yeah. So think about what you can do as a crawler, and then once you're able to walk, then there's all kinds of different things. So if you have a horse and buggy to a car,
Yeah, that's
like a
a big
10x.
difference.
Going
Yeah.
from a car to a flying, like an airplane,
Yeah.
that's a 10x. Going from a CD to an iPod was a 10x.
Yeah, before, yeah.
All right. You used to buy a CD, it had like 10 to 18 songs. You only listen to one of them.
Yeah.
Now you carry around all this crap. So that's at 80% that you carry around with you all the time.
The junk.
That if you just had that 1% or or it's really 20, all the songs you want to listen to on one iPod, that's all you need. You know what I
Put
mean?
it on replay.
Yeah. Because at least 80% of the songs on those CDs you don't listen to.
that's
So
it.
he's actually called a transformative thinker. So it's more quality, and quality can scale. So the more quality you make something, then more people are going to want it. So most people don't have big enough goals. Here's an example of a business. This one guy's name is Matt. He had 60 properties under management in 2 years of business. Okay, the way he got to that 60 properties is he added one or two properties, like every couple months. So he ended up getting 60 in 2 years. Okay, his new impossible goal was actually to have 500 properties under management by 1 year.
Ooh, I like
All
that.
right, so you got to get commitment from your team. You got to know, you can't do this goal the same way you've been working. So you're gonna have to challenge all the different systems and stuff you've been doing. You might have to say no to the one or two properties, because it takes a lot of paperwork, a lot of different legwork to do those one or two properties. Or if you find somebody has 100 properties that they're gonna put under management, you can do that and just put your time where it really belongs. The result was they actually added 320 new properties, by the end of that year. So they changed what they were looking for. But what happened was 2 months later, they actually had a client with 160 properties drop out. Okay, during that time, they actually added 2 more agents. So they had 4 agents in this business, and losing that 160 properties. Now the guy that owns that business goes like $20,000 a month in the red because he was paying salaries for these guys.
Oh my
A
God,
month.
that goes
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a lot. Yeah. The business had 4 people adding properties. Matt at current level of properties was 20,000 in the red. So he gave them an ultimatum. As a business owner, he gave them an ultimatum. He said those 2 new people can get severance packages and find new jobs, or we can go to 500 properties in the next 2 months. So he gave them like a challenge or an impossible goal. And what happened was 2 weeks later, they had 1,500 properties under management.
2 weeks. I don't know who's this person you talk about?
It's just 4 different people in this business.
okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say.
saying the idea is once you change your goal
So I wasn't
and
know
what
this
you're capable
person.
of doing, you're never going back.
Yeah.
That's why if a millionaire loses all his money,
You're gonna get it.
he gonna get it right back because
'Cause he
he's
got
already
the
become a person
connections.
that can do that million. So the idea is, like I said, the stretch goal that you do for yourself. Not only will it show you what's below your level that you shouldn't be messing with, it's going to show you how to get to the next level you want to get to.
I never driving back. I never driving a Honda again.
Never driving a Honda again.
Nah.
No,
He
I
acted
got one.
up. I drive anything that moves.
Yeah, man, I look at it from getting here to there, baby.
Yeah, you
He
can't go
acted
back
up.
down. You gotta.
So impossible
that's called
goals. Yeah, that's the ego kicking in. Impossible goals put the floor through the ceiling. It challenged what the company was capable of. So they were no longer working hard to add 1 or 2 properties. They looked for bigger fish. Okay, their old system couldn't get to their new goal. So that's an idea of the stretch goal. Now you got to understand the system. I don't care what system you're talking about. Could be the money system, could be education system. The system was built to defend the system.
Sure. Protect
Okay.
yourself. Because if you
So,
break the system, you mess
You gotta
up
understand, the
that.
faster you go towards your destination, time actually slows down. Say, give you an example. One person makes $1 million in a day. It takes someone else a year to make that $1 million.
Yeah, that's
Okay, time
good.
is slowing down. That dude making $1 million in a day.
Yeah.
Okay, whereas that guy's hustling and grinding for a whole year to make the same amount as that one guy makes in a day.
Yeah.
So you actually can slow time down
Then they could get
and
lower than
and
that.
live a seemingly longer life than the other person that hustles and grinds.
Some people take their whole life to make $1 million.
You ain't lying. So you must raise the floor and let go of your old system. Your system right now is your floor. So your system, everything you're doing right now is your actual floor. So everything you're saying yes to right now is giving you what you have right now. So the idea is to get more. I told you before, our no's have to become more important than our yeses.
For sure.
Because there's certain business that just ain't good. It just does not add to what you're trying to do. That'd be like me going back to selling puppies for $1,000 a piece. I'm like,
Like, nah, there you go. Ain't mad
Once
enough.
you hit the 35 and you open up your nose, it's on. I'm saying, next
Simple.
is $5,000.
Tell her
You know
run
what I
that
mean?
money up.
Yeah, it's like,
Could
okay,
it be?
go ahead.
Could it be greed though? Because
What?
You ain't going. It ain't going to fly by the left side. Say what? Say what?
No, that ain't
no, I'm just thinking about.
But I'm saying, what's greed though? Greed could have been 100,000 a pit.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's not
saying.
greed.
It's
Then,
not greed. It's just understanding value.
no,
Yeah.
I absolutely.
What kind of value
understand.
do you give? You know?
I and obviously, the people that you sell the service to, you know, you know your value, and they're the one who purchased, you know, your value.
Yeah, they
and
have
how
to,
much,
yeah.
you know, if they keep paying for it, absolutely.
I
But
mean, it's working.
then you're worth it. I'm just thinking in terms of inflation, because some people just.
I'm saying inflation doesn't mean anything to rich people.
So come on, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. I'm saying inflation is a way to explain why you ain't rich no more. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? If you got to worry about how much gas costs, you're driving the wrong vehicle. It's like you got to worry about how
Tell her
much
you
money you
need
got in your pocket.
you need an
you ain't
EV.
you ain't got no type of money. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't fit in your pocket.
Yeah, money can't.
No. So
Come on. If all your money can fit in your pocket, you got
it's
a
times
problem.
rough in the hood. Yep. So people let go. People struggle with letting go of that 80% because it's actually your past self. It's your identity, you know, that built you up to where you are right now. It's hard to let that go because we have, you know, a version of loss. You know, it feels like you died to your old self. You know, but the idea is you have to die to your old self and your present self for your future self.
You gotta learn, yeah.
Yeah. So, focus is about generating results. The only way you can do that is letting go and saying no to the things below the floor. So anything that's below what you are, you got to say no. People don't want to disappoint other people, but really who you're disappointing is yourself.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Okay, you need to start making decisions from the impossible goal. The goal will make the floor go higher. So what do you want? Oh man, I don't even want to get into this part right now.
It's okay.
Yeah, we here.
We here. Okay. So what do you actually want in your relationship with your children, your wife, like the podcast? What do you actually want from what's going on right now? That's the idea. You got to start explaining it
What do you
because you don't believe it unless you say it and your ears hear it, because belief comes from the hearing of your word. So what is a possible goal that you could make for your children or for your wife?
For me, for them to be able to, you know, do whatever they want and when they want and how they want it. And
yeah.
I feel like it's for that to happen, I have to be elevated so I can elevate them as well.
For sure.
It's you know,
Yeah, we've never really talked about impossible goals. What about having your wife never work in her life?
that's that I tell her all the time. I never want you to have a job.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why
I got wrong with
all the
that,
job-
but
all
you
the-
gotta do
yeah.
something though. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah. No,
Wait
no.
till you get children and stuff.
Yeah.
It changes.
It's
I'm
not
saying.
even. No, I get what he's saying.
Yeah, I know, but now she's going to a job that makes $20 an hour.
Yeah.
But you're paying $20 an hour to somebody else watching.
For sure, yeah.
What,
I hear you.
When it's like, I don't want you to have a job. It's not like she's not bringing income.
Yeah.
You have something. She's helping you build.
Yeah, yeah.
She's already.
I'm
doing-
okay with that. Yeah,
She's already doing. She's already helping you
But
with the
yeah,
business, with
you
everything
just
else.
chilling and
No,
looking
it's
good.
never
Okay.
that.
So give me an example. Give me an example of an impossible financial goal.
And impossible.
Impossible. Sounds impossible with the skills and the ability. you have
Everything,
right now.
everything is possible as long as you put it into your
Okay.
mind. Yeah, that's all. it is.
What's your
Honestly,
goal?
For me,
My goal, my goal is
Sometimes
unlimited.
you're like,
My goal is unlimited, man. Anything that come in, I'm telling you. There
so
ain't no
when you
number.
gonna get there? Because now I'm gonna press a little
What
bit.
am I gonna get there?
How much time is it gonna take you to get to what you're talking about?
I don't got. I don't stress myself with
It ain't
time.
about stressing. It's about putting a time limit on it so it'll happen in that time. frame.
I hear you, but when I think like that, I stress myself. I just live.
he said, "Now I gotta go get it."
Yeah.
Stress it.
I'm saying that's how you get it.
I
You
hear.
gotta be uncomfortable.
That's how you get it. I
No,
don't get it
anyhow,
like
I
that.
get it. This is how they got it.
Yeah, okay.
I ain't get it yet.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't do that. I
I'm
mean,
at the same point you are.
I'm more peaceful and
comfortable.
chill,
Yeah, you're comfortable
and
like
I
me.
get it when I get it.
You're
You know,
gonna be real comfortable though once you start setting some goals and achieving them. And
I do that now. You just might not see it.
I'm not talking about to-do list. I'm talking about a goal that makes you unrecognizable to your friends.
Understood. I mean, I you know, I want a skyscraper. You know, like that's one thing. It's just the
So
brag.
can you do Toro if you want a skyscraper?
I'll do. I mean, not really. Nah, Toro is somebody else's business, but I want to be like, I want to be like, yeah, that's mine right there, skyscraper. Just the brag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just.
Here you
the-
go. Okay.
Yeah, that's that.
So what's a financial goal you have?
Honestly, I wanna hit $500 million in doing the filmmaking business. Whether that's owning a studio like Tyler Perry, whether that's creating projects and being able to let other people come up and do fulfill their purposes and their creative ability. But that's the idea, to be able to create a studio and be able to give opportunities.
Okay, so what time frame would you get that?
I'm 32 right now.
Mm-hmm. Now understand this.
8 years from now.
Now understand this: the past and the future don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So these are tools to
Start
make
right
the
now.
present better.
Ooh, pass.
So I need to make some.
So give yourself. I'm
Like,
telling you,
8 years.
there's an actual law. The amount of time you give to do something is the amount of time it's going to take to do it.
8 years.
So why can't you do it in 3?
Ooh, shit. I'm
Actually,
like,
that's not a bad idea.
I'm just saying.
No, that's
this is
not a
how you
bad
got to think.
And
you know, as
and
far
the
as-
reason why is because the fear, and that's me holding me back.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely, why can't I not do it in 3? I should do it in 3.
Okay.
And it's absolutely achievable in 3.
So you need a new future that makes your present obsolete.
Mm-hmm.
People have not played at the 10x level before, so your monkey mind tells you to
Mm-hmm.
be secure. But your bigger risk equals bigger reward.
for sure.
All progress starts from telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So you can BS yourself, but you can't BS your results. You know what I'm saying? Your results
You can't definitely.
tell what you're doing.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah. So
What is your unrealistic goal?
I wish I had one. I'm saying I'm gonna have one though. I know that.
Okay.
I have to. I can't just say it right now because I don't have it.
Okay.
I would love to have. You could tell my life the way it is. I don't have one.
You're comfortable.
Absolutely.
That's bad.
Oh, tell me who you telling?
Yeah.
What about you, there?
I want to become like a contractor.
I tried to.
Bro, you're already a contractor.
My own.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
He
hire
want-
you right now.
He want to
I want a contractor. I own my own business, but
he don't want to be in the working field, but
He,
he, wants
does
to
want to
be
be in the working field.
Nah,
he wants to be a
nah.
contractor.
Nah, that ain't gonna work. You,
Tell him.
yeah, you want to be the boss of it. You don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, you
I'll
just.
get to that. But I will have to be. I will have to be in the field though.
No, what I'm saying is learn it and take the skill
Of course.
and work on building a team to do what you want to do.
You know,
So you can have, like he said, like family.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard him. He said a lot of working and all that other stuff took a lot of time from his family.
hell yeah.
I'm telling you,
Here,
that ain't no joke.
80% is your emotions, your identity, your relationships, environment, your job. That system is built to defend the system and be secure. 10x is a truth filter. Most of what we are doing right now is a distraction. You have to be honest about your life, and the things that are an indicator of your past are as opposed to a part of your future. Everything you have right now is a part of your past. It's not going to take you to your future.
Yeah.
Your future will come to your present once you plan it. And the rest of the stuff's got to fall away. Because Newton's third law, when you lighten a load, it creates a propulsion to the future. So when you drop off stuff, you make room for new stuff. If I have a whole garden here, but it's all corn, and I want to plant some tomatoes,
Gotta cut the
I
corn.
got to cut the corn out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I got to get rid of some stuff to put the stuff
you
I
spitting
truly
facts.
want in there. Yeah.
I definitely gotta cut my corn because
My corn is cut.
no, Yatu's corn is good.
You ain't
You know what I'm
lying.
saying?
I got a whole-
everybody.
I gotta cut my corn because I am tired of eating corn. I need to plant something
You
better.
ain't lying. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that's
so you're
what
let
I-
go of something
yeah.
to create space for something new, fresh, and better.
And all kinds of fruits.
Identities,
vegetables.
hidden commitments, you're letting them go. It's a massive step forward. It's called multiplication from subtraction. So it's faith. Okay, you must die to your old self so you become something that God actually has proposed for your life. You're basically reborn. Has something to do with Christianity even. Remember, you're not your past self. You're not even who you were a week ago.
Yeah, you change every day, every second.
Your everything changes. But 80% is security, whereas that 20% represents freedom. Everybody's searching for freedom, time freedom,
Oh my God.
financial freedom. They're searching for that. But they don't realize that comes from that 20% that's actually getting you to your next level. That 80% is just holding you back. And it's hard, believe me, because even for me to drop refereeing, drop coaching, I mean, all that was all part of my identity.
Yeah.
Every time I see somebody, how's your team doing? I'm not coaching anymore.
Yeah,
But you have to give up the old stuff to make room for new.
for sure.
So that's the idea.
Definitely.
I want to just end with this. This is pretty good. It's called Catching the Big Fish. It's all about how your consciousness is like an ocean and how most people are at the surface. So all they can see is the small fish. Okay, when you use 10x and you go deeper and deeper into that 20%, you go deeper into the ocean, you start to see the big fish, catching the big fish. Those big fish are big ideas, big concepts, big relationships, big opportunities. But you never see these things if you don't make space and get rid of that 80%.
Yeah, no question.
Think about it. When I go to an ocean, man, I ain't going out in the middle of that ocean. You know, I'm going to drown. There's this thing stinging and biting.
So
But
you have
that's
to
the
go
risk
around
you
the
gotta
water.
take to go deeper.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm saying you have to let go of
Fear.
fear. You got to let go of all, like I said, all the
Your
coaching,
past.
all the past stuff that
Let
you
your feet
thought was
touch.
making you where you are now. Once you let that all go, now I got space to become something brand new. That's the
Right.
idea. Right now, I'm walking around school like I own the place. I swear to God.
Hey, you-
Man, I'm like,
Hey, you
you
threw the
can't
book.
tell me nothing. I'm like,
Tell me.
it is weird. It's weird. I got the principal coming
Yeah,
asking me
yeah,
questions. You know what I mean? It's like, I taught the book on that one. But no, that's,
you good.
that's the idea, though.
That
I mean,
was
when you
nice,
start
though.
becoming different and new, it's a
That
good
was
feeling.
funny.
It's freedom. I'm telling you.
You just hire me so you could be my first big fish.
He said, "Hire me."
If
Nah,
I don't,
oh,
you know what? I got a light you can change. So it has electricity to it. So
that
yeah.
boy acting
It's gonna
up.
cost me more to get you out there, but that's all right though. I'll bring you out there to change it. You can play with all you want, just don't burn my house down.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
I would just
He said, "Hire me."
No, believe me, like I said, once you start getting on your path, you have to walk on your path to lighten it up. Once it lights up, there's gonna be a million people that need
Oh,
electricity
for
or
sure.
something. There's
Oh,
a million
man.
people who
Come on.
need work done, you know? So, but the only way you learn is do it. You can't learn from a book. You can't learn from somebody telling you what to do.
100%.
I mean, you got to make mistakes, you know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care if my lights go out once in a while. I don't know. It's not that serious.
Yeah, do
I'll
it.
call you back.
Check it out and move on.
I'm just surprised that it's because you said you don't have what do you call it?
An impossible goal.
Impossible goal.
I didn't even know about it for like 3 weeks, and he went to Africa,
Africa.
and I started reading. I'm like, oh my god,
So that's a good thing I left.
you ain't lying. Everything happens for a reason, bro. It's synchronicity.
So I'm just thinking if
I just bought the book. There was
For a
one book
person-
in all Pittsburgh.
for a person
That's
that
crazy.
you read about it, and
I watched it on podcasts. There's like 2 or 3 podcasts. He just went on there to promote his book, and I learned all this at one time. And I'm telling you, it's the secret to moving to that next level. Because we're like, well, why can't that guy?
Yeah.
That's why some of these dudes, they hustle and grind, and all of a sudden they're homeless. They got all kinds of time, space, and everything. That's how it says
that's
nature
crazy.
abhors a vacuum. So that means like if I sit there and I tear up a part of my land out in my house, eventually all the weeds are going to go there. Something's going to fill that.
Yeah, it'll grow
But
back.
when you clean it all out and you start filling it with good seed, then like I said, now you're going to get what you want.
mm-hmm.
But
know
you
what
can't
you
do
do.
that without space.
I mean, it just like everything is it plays down into a big role. Like if you're congested, your space is congested, you're gonna be congested, mentally.
It's horrible.
So
Yeah.
it's just those simple, what are what is it called? What is it like laws, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like
You can look at it as loss, or you can look at it as opportunity. When you
No,
make
no,
a
not. I
space,
said
It's a laws.
oh,
Laws.
laws. Yeah, laws are principles.
Yeah,
Okay.
principles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm not.
That's
not
what I'm
lost,
telling
yeah.
you. Principles, you can't break principles.
Yeah.
Principles break you.
So
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
just that making sure like
Yeah.
you have a very strong foundation to build something new, decode yourself from society society teachings, and just being able to. You have to be some type of a person that is not connected to reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be different because if you're connected to reality,
You're
that means
connected
you're
to a
grounded.
different reality. Yeah, you're not connected to the
I'm
conscious
talking about the
yeah.
reality now. You have to.
Well, when
connect
I looked
to-
at that Who Not How book, it's like they're like, think of an impossible goal and think of how can I make $10 million? I can tell somebody or ask somebody that makes it, and I got it right now. I mean, it's there already. Everything is already there.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you think about it.
Simple.
Can
as
I
that.
do it? Eventually, but
There's
I'm saying if I
belief.
want it done right now, that person can do it right now for me. You know what I mean?
They ain't gonna do it for you, but I hear
Yeah,
you.
they'll do it for you. They'll charge you for it. But,
Yeah,
know
you
what I'm
go-
saying?
yeah.
yeah, and they ain't gonna give it to you for free.
Hey,
But
man.
if somebody that already knows how to make $10 million, why would they charge you to make you $10 million? They can just go make their own $10 million.
Yeah.
But I'm saying eventually you get to the point where you're making all this money. It's like for
it doesn't
what?
matter.
Now you're
Yeah,
helping
you
people.
want
I mean,
everybody to win.
yeah,
You get to
that
that
type
point.
of person. You can't get to that point and
Yeah.
just trying to be.
Yeah, I would
be
everybody.
grinding.
Anybody around me?
No, there's people like you where you don't have real impossible goals, and this information. Imagine the people that.
Just got it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just got
he
it.
just.
But I'm saying I just got it too.
I know. I've been pregnant
But
for
I'm
like
saying-
2-3 weeks, and I'm like ready to write one.
He said even.
And when I'm ready to write one, what's going to happen is the cookies are going to go away. The stuff, because there's an impossible goal I want to do for fitness. I used to be athletic as heck.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I've allowed my past to dictate my present, and I allow my present to dictate my future. And I've been comfortable. You know what I'm saying? When you get
That's
too long.
also
you get
Too long.
discipline, though.
yeah, it's definitely discipline.
Yeah, because
But I'm saying it's not that hard to be disciplined when you're going towards this goal.
something. Yeah.
It tells you everything that's below your floor. You know what I mean? If you look at something, it's like, that's not going to get me there. You know what I mean? It just makes your decisions a lot easier.
You gotta look up.
That's all. Yeah. Well, that's where the help's going to come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
I mean,
about
that's,
willpower.
That's where
Yeah.
everything is there. You just-
Yeah, it's already here.
Yeah.
We just choose to do what we do. You know what I mean? And we are a product of our decisions.
Now I learned a lot from today. A lot about me, and the changes that I need to.
So the next step, I gotta try to write down. There's 4 different pillars. Like one is, I think it's all. Is it all B's? I don't know. Is it body, balance? I'll get it down for next week. But I'm saying there's different things you got to do. You got to make little goals, weekly goals for each one, and then you get like a little point if you do it. And once you do that, and once you're just used to
So
doing
the
it,
body's take care of your body.
body is like physical and
Balance is
Balance.
balance in your life.
balancing your life between your job and your wife and all that kind of stuff. And then one is business.
Yeah. Making sure
And
that
business is like,
handling business.
handling your business. And then there's one more. There's 3. There's 4. Body balance, business, and it has to be your It's got to be spiritual, some type of spiritual thing. Yeah, whatever. I'll get it for next week. But I'm saying it's something that has to. Because I'm saying
Just
I've been
gotta be.
existing for too long.
Are you tired? Are you
Celebrity
tired of
business.
eating corn?
Am
Cut your
I?
corn.
Cut your corn.
Yeah.
Plant something else.
Plant something.
Yeah, that's
know?
what-
You know, I told Thierry this. We're made out of the dust of the earth.
for sure.
So when you're they say your subconscious is like the earth. So anything you put in there is what you're going to get out of there. If you put anger in there, you're going to get anger out. If you put in, good stuff, it's going to come out. And it has to do with when you hear the word of God, it's supposed to be like life, and when the word hits the seed that was planted inside of you, it's his creativity comes out. That's why when you hear some things, you're like, oh, that sounds right, But all that's doing is you are actually a
Opening
gardener.
you up, yeah. Opening you up.
You're a
Open up
gardener.
your mind.
I'm like,